Hi, my name is Brennan Mannion and I'm with CrowdStrike. And today we're talking about cybersecurity for Red Ventures. And Red Ventures is a company that's well versed and has a solid strategy when it comes to cybersecurity. They have the next generation firewalls, they're running a SIM, they have email protection implemented, and they've had an annual penetration test. What's next on the roadmap for them? It's next generation endpoint, the solution that is stopping breaches and detecting threats before a breach can occur. And here at CrowdStrike, we view the endpoint as mission critical and needing to be protected to make sure that you are indeed secure. At CrowdStrike, we stop breaches. And how are we doing that? It's through a three-tiered solution. It's through our endpoint tool by the name of Falcon Host. It's through our incident response team, which is our services team. And it's through our intel team, which is a group totally focused on monitoring different nation states, cyber activists, and cyber criminals. When we talk about Falcon Host, I want to talk about what a Falcon really is. And when you think about Falcon, I don't know if you realize this, but a Falcon is the fastest animal on planet Earth. It's been clocked going 220 miles per hour. And a Falcon does not sit back and wait for its prey. It is constantly hunting. And that's part of the reason that we named our product Falcon Host, is we are rapid fast. Our goal is to be as fast as possible because we know speed kills. And we are constantly hunting for threats. So I'm going to dive into the endpoint tool in just a second, but I want to touch base on the other two arms of our business. So the incident response team, they're looking at pre and post work. They're basically cleaning up, situations where a breach may have occurred. And when in cleansing those devices, they're looking at the different techniques, the tactics that were taken by that hacker or that group. And they're taking that information and then sending it instantaneously through our CrowdStrike cloud and updating Falcon Host in real time. And lastly, our intel team, looking at the nation states, the different cyber organizations and activists. We're actually monitoring over 80 nation states as we speak today. And in doing so, we're detecting it, and we're also naming them and broadcasting this, worldwide. So in Russia, you've got something bear. In China, you've got something panda, and in Iran, you've got something kitten. And I know the kitten's not a form of bear. I think it's because of the Persian cat, and it's slightly disrespectful, but I think we're okay with that because we're then protecting from the actual hackers. Now, when we talk about hacking, a lot of people think, hey, it's malware. And that has been the case for the past 10 years. But as time continues on and the hackers are becoming more and more sophisticated, we're finding that it's 60% plus coming from non-malware related breaches and attacks coming in. How is that? It's through phishing attacks. It's through social engineering. It's insider threats. These organizations that are having money pumped into them realize that the money in the bank is the data that's important to these companies. And they're going to do whatever they can and arm themselves with as much information possible to make sure that their attack does become a breach. Now, how is Falcon Host protecting that? Falcon Host is a three-tiered solution that is cloud delivered. It's next generation antivirus, it's endpoint detection and response, and it's managed threat hunting. When we talk about next generation antivirus, it's not just signature list based, it's not just machine learning, and it's not just looking for non-ordinary activity or odd activity. It's combining all three of those together and really making it a next generation solution where we're combining all different trades and secrets to make sure that we are firmly protected in that. And then it's a layered solution, with part two being the endpoint detection and response. That is basically monitoring all this information 100% on the endpoint. It's looking for that quote-unquote silent failure that somehow snuck past the next generation antivirus and is lurking in the environment. Have they been in there days, weeks, heck, even months? We're identifying that quickly and remediating it as fast as possible. And lastly, it's the managed threat hunting. It's a group of individuals of ex-CIA, ex-cyber analysts. It's individuals that know how to think like a cyber hacker and are looking for the trends that an activity that's occurring, and they're stopping a breach. They're stopping these threats before they can ever become a breach. So at CrowdStrike, again, we're three-tiered, cloud-delivered, cloud-driven solution, instantaneously being updated. When you think about Falcon Host, I want you to think about fast. I want you to think about always on the move, always always hunting for threats. The product is only growing smarter and smarter each and every day from its continuously being updated and then sent through into the CrowdStrike cloud. It's a sensor, lightweight, being deployed on the endpoint, going up slightly unnoticed from how small the bandwidth is that it does take up on each machine. And it's doing its blocking attacks before they can become a breach. I also just want to share with you who's running CrowdStrike. What is important to you? If you're going to look at a next generation endpoint, who's running your product? Those are important things that I want to know, especially if I was in your shoes. We're deployed in over 175 countries. That's 90% of the globe. And when you think about that, we're in all those different spots. We're in all the major verticals as well. And not just in the major verticals, we're in the largest companies in these verticals. Why is that important? Because the organizations, the cyber activists, the fancy bears, the pandas of the world, the kittens of the world that are attacking the nation states, they're attacking those very large organizations with the most unique and skilled and sophisticated tactics possible. We're catching that and then taking that information and deploying it straight into the CrowdStrike cloud so we're aware of it. When you join the crowd here at CrowdStrike, you're going to receive all of that information, and your Falcon host deployment is going to be up to speed just like everybody else's is. So here at CrowdStrike, the next steps that come from this conversation, I'm just the sales individual speaking to the product and the company. The next steps that follow is I'd love to get you online, get you in touch with someone maybe from our threat hunting team or the intel team, heck, the incident response team. You can talk to them. What is it that they're doing? Where are they seeing things? And you can really experience what's happening there. Or we could do a demo. You could experience the product firsthand, see how it functions, and really better understand it. Or even better yet, we could do a proof of concept, deploy a few agents on some of your endpoints, and let you experience it firsthand. Since we are cloud delivered and a cloud driven solution, it's easily done, requiring no reboot, and deployed pretty quickly. So thanks so much for your time. I'd love to answer any questions if you have some.